Alright, let's look over a few of these problems, the ideas. We didn't really do much new this week, so a lot of this quiz will just be a review, but good review. Hopefully we'll all nail this the first time, and then we won't have to worry about as many quiz retakes, because if you do a quiz right in the first place, you don't need to retake it. So, look at the first one here. I'm going to jump around a little bit. Pay attention. Okay, 4 times negative 6, that's negative 24n, and 4 times 1 is 4. So when you have a number on the outside of your parentheses, you need to multiply it through the equation to both those terms. Okay? So I have negative 24n plus 4. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is minus 4. You look at what you're adding or subtracting to the variable first, and you're going to get rid of that. So minus 4 on both sides of the line. I'm writing in this Sharpie. I might run out of room. Hopefully, if you're just writing with a pencil, you can write a little smaller, and that'll look a little better. Okay, finally, divide by the coefficient, divide by negative 24, divide by negative 24. On the last quiz, and I'll do that with this quiz as well, if you leave it like that, I won't take off points because you did all the steps right. But if you go ahead and reduce it, that'll be a bonus point. So let me go ahead, 2 over 24. The negative divided by a negative is positive, and if you take half of both those, it'll be 1 over 12. So if both the numbers are even, that's really easy to reduce because you just do halvesies. You take half of each number. Okay, so there are a few more distributive property problems there, and I will let you try those in a minute. Okay, let's do one of the variable on both sides ones. In fact, let's do this one right here. So I'm going to scooch down 1 and to the right 1. Okay, let me see. I have variable on both sides, so I need to subtract away one of them. Now, let's see. Let's subtract away 4m on both sides. Minus 4m, minus 4m. And those will cancel out. I get 8 equals 8. 5 minus 4 is 1. So just plus m. I don't need to do anything else. Just plus m. Okay, because 5 minus 4 is 1. You don't need to write the 1 there. So I have 8 plus m. I'm going to subtract the 8. That'll give me m by itself. The goal is to just know what m is. And 8 minus 8 is 0. Okay, I'm actually going to do one more of these because this comes up every now and then. Hopefully on the quiz I'll make sure that none come up, but it's worth taking a look at here because it did come up here. So for this next one right here, let me scooch this up a little bit. Okay, I have 6t on both sides. So if I subtract away 6t, I get something really crazy. Okay, those both go away. And I get 6 equals 10. Well, that's kind of crazy. 6 can't equal 10. And so this is one where we would say there's no solution. And that came up before. I actually meant to filter those out. So I think there's one more like that on this sheet. Don't worry about those ones. If that comes up on a quiz, I will either fix it or say don't worry about it because that's not going to be on our EOC anyway. So we're not going to worry about that in particular, but that's what you would do if you saw that, and you'll need to do that in Algebra 2. So just something to keep in mind. I'm going to go to the right and down. I'm going to go to this problem right here. And then we'll do one on the back. Okay, so what you need to do on some of these is just to combine like terms first. So looking over here, you have 6g plus 2 minus 4. And the 6g, nothing will combine with that. But then plus 2 minus 4. Well, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. And then over here on the right side, 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay? After you combine like terms, you can solve this like a regular two-step equation. You have 6g minus 2. You always add or subtract first, so let's add 2. 6g equals 4, and then divide by 6. And that gives me 2/3. Same deal with the reducing there. Okay, let's go ahead and flip this over. We actually just did some of these style yesterday. Whoops, I kind of bled through there. And the paper kind of screwed up that first one. Let's look at this next one here. we have 9s minus 5g equals negative 4u. And you're going to solve this for s. So I want to get s by itself. Okay, so actually I'm going to get a piece of paper out here and just kind of write on it so I'll have some room to work. Okay, it looks good. So what I need to do is get rid of this other term first. To get rid of negative 5g, I'm going to plus 5g. Now remember, these aren't like terms. That's a u and that's a g. So on my next step, I'm just going to write it out. 9s equals negative 4u plus 5g. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay? My next step is to divide by whatever's in front of my letter. So I'm solving for s. In this case, it does happen to be a number. It happens to be 9. So put this all over 9. And then you're done. There's your answer. Negative 4u plus 5g over 9. It's really weird looking, but it's not, it's not unmanageable. Just write it out. That's it. You don't need to do any arithmetic there. Okay? So we just did a bunch of those yesterday. Hopefully you're okay there. Maybe a little more practice will help out. So go ahead and spend some time here on these problems. Go around. Make sure you know how to do everything. Your quiz tomorrow will look just like these problems, if not really like them. So make sure you know what you're doing.